Hi guys, hi. Mwah. Welcome. Thank you so much for showing up today. This message is for January 25th, 2020. Guys, you know these readings are timeless, God bless, and they are for absolutely anybody that resonates with them, okay? Let me plug this in super dupes quickly. All right, let's roll. So guys, oh my God, OMG, OM gosh, so much is going on cosmically, astrologically. If you guys follow everything that's going on with just everything, it's in the air with all of our cosmic bodies, you probably will know that these days have been quite meaningful. So a lot of us have been going through stress. Maybe some of you are unable to sleep. Oh, okay, thank you. I feel that our energy's coming in now, our guides and whatnot. So thank you, guys. We do have some cosmic guides here today. They feel super cosmic, galactic. All right, but they're saying that's neither here nor there. God bless. Yes, so a lot of us may be going through a lot of stuff, guys, I know that we have all these portals we're going through, all of these doorways, all of these timeline shifts, but can we also just acknowledge the one transition that is like usually the biggest for us, but is the least? It's just, oh wow, it's a new year. Happy New Year. Yeah, like that 2019 to 2020 obstacle that happens every year just seems like nothing now compared to all of the eclipse energy, the full moons, the new moons. Anyway, God bless. So here's what is coming through underneath the deck. And forgive the lighting, guys, you know. It's freedom. I love this card, guys. Why do I love this card? Because, and I've been waiting for this card to come up, because this to me shows getting through that portal. Remember last time we met up on this call, it was, I believe, the 21st of January. And then the call before then, the morning message before then, the messages that were coming through were talking about how many of us were on the verge of stepping through, on the brink of making that transit into into the portal, but they were hesitating. We were hesitating right outside. Why? Because we were still holding on to something most likely that has been long gone, but you know, we're the last to know or the last to feel. If you know what the energy is, it was kind of like cleaning up. That's the broom, cleaning up the last of energies that were going on. So in other words, decluttering, last few last minute core wounds that just needed sprucing up, releasing, a little bit of acceptance that needed to, a little bit more acceptance that needed to come in to really knock out that and solidify that denial, right? Or lack of denial. So I love this. Bam! This is all about stepping through. It's the freedom card. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm super dupes excited. So I'm going to go ahead and gently place those there. Okay, sure. So as you can tell from the spread today, we have another tower. Oh God, did I just say don't let that next word be moment. Okay, don't let it. I'm going to choose my words. We have another tower formation. Okay, good. Because usually they'll like bat my word out there. We have another tower formation. Look at it. Ding, ding, ding. And then in the windows, I always get those windows in. Now, what's drawing my attention, God bless, are 1, 2, and 3. This Beaver Spirit card, cute. This Beaver Spirit card says lay a solid foundation. What Beaver Spirit is super dupes cute, guys. Look at his face. Honestly, maybe the lighting isn't the best, but what he is doing is he has now crossed over the portal. So what I'm seeing Beaver Spirit doing is he's crossed through the portal right here. Ta-da! And it's like he's announcing himself in the realms, but he's not like, here ye, I have arrived. Not like this. And for some of you who are wondering what portal is, thanks, Spirit. For me, as it's coming through my reading, I'm talking about timeline shifting. Now, let's talk a little bit about shifting timelines. A timeline shift, first of all, how many of you remember CYOA, Choose Your Own Adventure? Ooh, me, right? Remember that book series that is absolutely amazing and I wish they would rewrite? Well, Choose Your Own Adventure book series, pretty much it's a book maybe no more than 130 pages, if even that much. And the entire book is written in second person, thank you, perspective. And what that means is that the writer is addressing you. So, for example, the first page will say something like, you and your father, who is a museum curator, are at the museum today. He has to meet up with somebody before he takes you to the baseball game, blah, 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 blah. He tells you to wait here so he can take his caller in the next room. And but as he leaves, you see out of the corner of your eye, something shines, and then, you get curious, blah, blah. At the bottom of the page is a choice. So you have the choice to follow what your father says and wait here. If that's what you choose, turn to page 2. If you choose instead to investigate, turn to page 14. Now, immediately, those two choices present choice points, and they take you to different parts of the book, and that's how the Choose Your Own Adventure book series goes. My voice is already starting to act up. Based on your choices, you experience different, let's say, timelines. You experience different experiences in your life. But the thing is, the book is already written. God bless. The book is already written, and the free will choice comes when you make those choices there. And you can think of it as all of the different stories. Maybe the writer has written 5 potential storylines into the book to support 5 different pathways. In other words, in this book, there are 5 different timelines that the main character can go on. So the joy of our lives comes from making choices that benefit us. So in other words, you always want to be making choices that are in accordance with your highest good. And so, amen, right? So if you are reading this reading, I'm reading this reading. Oh, yeah, maybe this is for me. I was going to say, if you're watching this reading and feeling this reading is for you, then congratulations, you are definitely on the path of your highest good. Let's say, for the sake of argument, the path of your highest good is at a 5. You are somewhere from 3 to 4 to 5. I feel like some of you may be on your 3 path, 4 path, 5 path. Whatever that means. That's just an analogy. So that's what I mean when shifting timelines and you've broken through here. So if you've had readings with psychics before and they're like, yes, you will get together with this person, or yes, this, and yes, you will have this house, you will live in blah, blah, blah. Chances are, if you've made this timeline shift, that maybe some of those things that you were told before will no longer be viable. They're no longer possible. You are living in a different world, so to speak, from that old place. And that's why they say that when you shift your timelines and you make better choices for yourself, you can pretty much live next door to a murderer and never be in danger. Whereas somebody else who's vibing at a low level at which a murderer can vibrate with they could be living two blocks down the road and they still can fall victim to it. You know what I mean? Because you're in 2 different worlds. So I hope that makes sense. We also see this idea of timeline shift, and I'm getting now that there are multiple timelines. I'm just saying 5 for the sake of simplification, but they're saying multiple timelines. It's like, and they're saying that a similar, and this is what I was wondering too, and they're confirming it. They're saying a similar and a simple, of course everything's oversimplified, image of what this could look like is, remember the movie The Investment Bureau? Is that right? Investigation Bureau. Anyway, it has the very handsome Anthony Mackie. It also has our lovely Emily Blunt, and it has our beloved, Matt Damon in that movie as well. He's great. So the 3 of them are in there, and they're, that's it, thank you, the Adjustment Bureau. So I was watching that movie and I was like, are they like angels? What are they doing? What happens is these people, those behind the scenes people, they can move through doorways if they have a special hat. And what their job is simply to make sure people are following their path. And if the person goes off course, then they adjust things, changing time, throwing over coffee cups, things like that. But what they want me to draw your attention to is the book, the tool that is used in that movie, The Adjustment Bureau. It's something that looks like the plan for the person, and then remember that game Snake? It's like a blue mark to show where the person is going and this and that. And so you can see if somebody jumps timelines, they could see it there. Or if things are off, they could see it there. Anyway, God bless. Thank you so much, Spirit, for asking for that explanation. So going back to what I was saying, if you are on this call, then you have changed timeline. So yay. And no, you did not go down. You did not go down a level, because I would have seen that. Okay. Unless there's always one. No, I'm kidding. No, you guys didn't. So this means that you are vibing at a higher rate, at a higher level. You somewhere along the path have chosen at the soul level to create your highest good. And so therefore the people, places, things, and situations that serve to lower your experience and to keep you trapped are no longer along your timeline. They're no longer in your world, and that's why you've had to say goodbye to many people, and that's why jobs have been lost. That's why people are moving, people are getting evicted all over. The world is shifting, okay? And that's how it is. Oh, the last thing I wanted to say about that is that's why you hear a lot about this concept of new earth. I mean, people feel that they have gone to New Earth, and maybe they have because they can shift and they can experience and they can remote view and whatnot. But pretty much what that is that people are tuning into this higher timeline for the Earth, and that's through their choices. There's no such thing as past and future. Everything is happening now, and that's why, and time and space, whatever. That's why it's all about tuning in. That's why you tune in. If you would like to access that timeline or that experience, you change yourself so that you become a vibrational match to that, much like you would change your car radio with the tuner in order to access one of the many, many radio stations that can potentially play in your car. Okay, does that make sense? Oh my god, guys, oh my god. Okay, thank you. Anyway, so that's what they're talking about, timeline shifts. So here you guys are, God bless. Super cute horse breaking through that random doorway because it's a paradigm shift and you've shifted yourself. So I know that you have been going through it, guys, and you still are. And we just want to thank Spirit, all of our friends and family in Spirit and on Earth for playing those roles for us, so that we can break out of whatever our shell is. So obviously we have to make sure forgiveness is part of this paradigm, because without someone knocking us down, for example, and us falling to the floor, we would not have seen that rock bottom, or we would not have seen that, paper on the floor that says, need to get away? And you're like, yes, I do. So we want to look back a little bit, or over our shoulder without fully looking back, guys, and say thank you. Keep it pushing. All right. So here you are as Beaver Spirit on the other side of this this timeline, and you're starting, and yes, you have been over it through it already. But the thing is that you are now starting to see the telltale signs as it's starting to leak into or manifest into your 3D, into your physical space, right? Yes, to answer someone's question, these are all potentials that have been pre-written by you. Okay, so it's almost like, oh my god, I hope that I can get to that timeline A, I hope I make choices, I'm gonna do my best, but once I incarnate, I'll probably forget, and but here you are. Okay, so congratulations. This is no small deal. Okay, this is amazing. So Beaver Spirit, let's look into his energy. What I'm seeing is Beaver Spirit, we love him. He always comes with the message of laying a foundation, but what I'm seeing is he's trying to read the land now. He's like, it's almost like he's crossed over into the woods, like the portal's in the woods, and now he's climbed a tree, and now he's just looking around. He's like taking notes. He's getting a lay of the land. He's getting a feel for things, and I love that he's getting a feel for things, because what I'm seeing here on his cute little chest is his little heart chakra. Oh, God bless him. Look at his little heart. Ding! So he's getting a feel with his heart, and that's the way he already knows. That's the way he has to play it here. This is no longer about doing what he thinks he has to do. This is about what feels good. How is joy my compass? He's using joy as his compass. And he had to, in order to even get through excuse me, the portal. Again, he had to do that in order to become a vibrational match for his highest good. Look at him with his cute little knitting needles. It always looks like knitting needles. That's him creating the plan for himself. That's him feeling things out. And so that's you guys right now. Some of you will move quicker than others, and that is okay. God bless. But they are saying, and let's look at some of our cards at the bottom. They are saying that this is a time to meditate and contemplate in many ways. That's exactly what Beaver Spirit is doing. Notice how these two cute little koi fish look the same, but what they're actually saying, this is actually saying is, excuse me, now that you are at a higher vibration, you're going to meet people who are just like you. However, notice that darkened moon there. When you see these people in this new timeline, they're going to look just like regs, regular people, just like before, but there's going to be something different about them because they're of a higher quality, just like you are. And part of your brain is like still catching up to like, oh, we're in another timeline. So when you see somebody, you might not have the trust there yet. You might still kind of have some leftover fears, things like that. But stay in your heart space, and you should be able to better identify these people. It's all about building trust, okay? You'll be able to better trust these people and these situations because you'll start to see that they are of a higher quality. Now, I believe I've mentioned this to you guys before, in a daily reading before, but I'll say it again. I heard this once and I was like, oh, brilliant. They were like, listen, for example, this was the example I think they used. Listen, ladies, if you want a man, you're going to get a man, okay? The universe will always bring you a man. Some of you are like, yeah, no, that still hasn't happened, okay? Well, listen, personal reading. But here's my point. You'll get a man if you really want to manifest one, okay? You'll get a job if you really want to manifest one. You'll get a place to stay if you really want to manifest one. You'll manifest a vacation if that's what you want. But the thing is, what quality do you want? You can totally get that, pardon my language, that shit toilet water boyfriend. And girls, listen, girls and guys and gender non-conforming, we know what that is, okay? Look, you can get that level of a boyfriend if you'd like, or you can get the eau de toilette level, which is, a little higher, smells good, doing its thing. Or you can get the parfum, right? You can get the perfume, version. So, again, this is not about the universe starving you unless you are blocking that from your experience. And then, of course, you have to look at that. This is about you knowing that in your life, you have to do things to attract the quality of whatever it is that thing is that you want. So you don't just say, yes, somebody showed up, I'll take them, guilty, my bads, guys. When my book comes out, you can read it. Anyway, we're through the portal. But that being said, this is about someone coming in like, oh, thank you, universe. Yeah, I'm not sure I want this one, but gracias a Dios, thank you. Next. And then telling the universe what it is that you want. How do you tell the universe what it is that you want? You drop into your heart space. You ask for your joy, love, and happiness, right? And when it comes, you inspect it. Is it still bringing you joy? Is this something that you could see yourself with, be it person, place, thing, or situation? And if the answer is yes, then take actions in accordance with it. Basic Energy 101. Let the energy in. Take it a step further. If it's not something that you want, you don't even have to do anything physical. You can visualize that person, place, thing, or situation and blow it out of your energy field. Just keep doing that, and it must comply. It must obey. And that's all there is to it. Nature abhors a vacuum. Once that energy is gone, nature will bring something else in, and it's like floating there. And see if you feel into it. Is it nice? Do you like it? If so, then bring it in. Okay, so guys, in this new paradigm, in this new timeline, you're gonna have to start using different rules for things. You cannot have that old 3D thing like, what's this? Is this real? No, you're beyond that. You move with your heart, you use your third eye, you go with your gut, You heal with your hands, your energy, your visualization. You practice your clairs, clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance, claircognizance, claircognition, whatever. And there are other clairs, the names I don't even remember, okay? My point is you have to, and that's what, thank you, Spirit, that's what Beaver Spirit is doing up in this tree when he's looking around and he's like, what are the rules of this place? Now, don't worry. Some of you are like, well, how am I supposed to know that? Well, Spirit, you got your beautiful, loving team around you. You can turn to your right and left and say, hi, guys. Oh, my God, hi, guys. They're right there, just like this. All right? Literally, we're all on the call. And they're going to be putting these things in front of you. They're saying that for some of you, they're going to be helping you to interact with ghosts that are in your area. Whether it's helping you, that's your specific way that you want to learn. It's all agreed upon already. So if you got a ghost problem, Spirit might be like, well, ask him what it wants, or shielding, or, that may be your focal point for a little bit to teach you some things. Some of you, they're teaching you how to open your ears. Some of you will be working with Spirit in the dream space. Some of you will be working with counselors like me for coaching, right? It's really, they're going to be helping you. And some of you can already do these things, so they're literally talking to you just like this. And it's just a matter of being aware of how you process info. Okay, listen, let me go ahead and make a note of that, because you guys do know I am an intuitive counselor. So I counsel people, and so in other words, it's coaching. So let me go ahead and make a note and do a video to help you guys. Make a note to do a video where I can kind of give you some coaching together. Yeah, okay. Hold on. Coaching for using intuitive abilities. All right. Backspace 7 times. All right, great. All right. So we'll do a video on that. Thank you, God. All right. Let's move on. So notice Beaver Spirit is in the driver's seat at this time. Now, he's splitting his time over here. He's a 6 card. I'm seeing 6, and we've got he's showing us splitting his time. Oh, look, this is 3 and 1. It's 4. This one's 5. 4, 5, 6. There it is. All right, so what's happening is, yes, this is the foundation upon which Beaver Spirit has been able to do what it is that he's doing right now. Oh, look at this, the card underneath. Remember, it's 4 cards for the foundation. This is also a 6. Beaver Spirit is acknowledging that he has been able to get to this point because of Groundhog Spirit, God bless, and Rhino Spirit. Remember, Groundhog Spirit always looks to us like, especially if you're wounded in the heart space, like the life we don't want. It's like for a hashtag forever alone, right? Sorry, Groundhog, God bless, no shade. But Groundhog Spirit is very wise. He or she knows that there just has to be times when it's a solo journey. And sometimes, Groundhog Spirit can come through looking sad because, clasping to this heart that, was promised and all that. And sometimes Groundhog Spirit is just like, what's this? This is cute. And she's gnawing on it, right? But what's happening here is Groundhog Spirit is fully okay. Not fully, like some of you may still be going through loss and grieving, and of course, but the fact that you were able to make it to this place here shows me that you've gotten to a place in your grief where there is a significant amount of acceptance present as well. So let's just let all that grief energy flow out in whatever form it wants to. Some of you are drawing. I'm seeing turquoise energy being very good for you guys. Bringing in turquoise energy, bringing in turquoise paint, wearing turquoise. It's beautiful. And that can help a lot of you who are still grieving. But Groundhog Spirit talks about letting go. Look how firmly she is right there, just standing firm. I'm solid. I'm solid on my own. She comes through with a 4 energy. So it's kind of like you don't need to be, you know what I mean, propped up by somebody else and with somebody else or upon somebody else. And Beaver Spirit is saying it's through that kind of mentality that Beaver Spirit can now, on the other side of this portal, be at the top of this tower. So this is a solid pillar on this new tower. The other one that Beaver Spirit is acknowledging is Rhino Spirit. Rhino Spirit overcomes any obstacle, and she looks good doing it. Look at that. Look at those flowers. Look at those designs. Look at that little crown. God bless, right? But there are scars, right? There are scars from having to deal with these obstacles. However, through the hard work that you guys have done, and I'm seeing a tornado, but in the back. It's like the tornado came and jostled her up about a bit, but as tornadoes are wont to do, they move off. And here she is still there. And it's like, see this little polywhirl? You can say, oh, that's a symbol of confusion, but the way I'm seeing it here is they're saying a calling card. But and my hands are doing this, so this might be for a reason. But what it is that it is like a badge. It's like, this happened. All right, whatever they were just putting out there, they've just they finished. So this happened. So this is a mark of honor. Amen. All right. Now look at 1, 2. There are mini polywhirls there on each of those horns. That's experience. Alrighty. So if you got lost along the way, guys, to this portal, it's understandable, but you are able to work with what you've learned. Okay, another underlying energy, you guys know I have the card decks off to the side. I always have an underlying, under the deck card for each of the decks that I've brought. For our animal spirit, we have time for beginner mind. Oh, porcupine. Porcupine spirit, we love it. Porcupine spirit, he often comes out when there's something to be learned. I don't know how quickly they move in spirit. In the physical. But on this card, he's quick. He's like, he's a courier of some sort. This is somebody learning. It's almost like Beaver Spirit is like, hey, I need you on the ground. He's bringing things back for Beaver Spirit to understand, to teach him, to help him learn the lay of this new land, right? Beaver Spirit comes over and Beaver Spirit's like, who you? Who you? I don't know who you is, right? Who you be? Because he's never seen a porcupine before. We're in a new place. So for some of you, this is telling me that a lot of you are going to be having new relationships, and let's change relationships to connections, because the R word makes us think it's always going to be romantic, but a lot of you you're going to start making new connections with people who are going to be kind of like, whether they know it or not, at a conscious level, the people who are gonna show you the ropes. They're gonna show you around. They're gonna teach you the rules, because you're the new kid on the block, right? You might see this person being a very good model. So for example, many of you are moving, right? As through this timeline shift, one of the things that happened for you in the physical is that you are needing to actually move house, because the energy shift is bringing you to another literal geographic location, so that you can match that new energy, and you're going to meet new people. This person might show you the ropes, like, oh yeah, this is so and so, this is da, and you might stand back in awe looking at how this person so effortlessly carries themselves with a certain integrity that you just were not seeing wherever you used to live. So for example, this guy or this girl is like, hey, I'm John, welcome to Whoville. I don't know. Hi, I'm John. Welcome to Whoville. Yeah, so Becky says that you're new. Well, she wanted me to show you the post office, so maybe I'm going there today. If you want to roll, we can roll together. And first of all, you're like, who's this guy? Like, I don't know you. Get in your car. And then he's like, well, how about we take some bikes? And you're like, what? I don't ride bikes. Then he's like, yeah, it's just a few minutes down the block. I like to keep it light if I'm not going so far. I can keep, help the environment and work on my calf muscles and just kind of get a breath of fresh air. And so let's bike. I got another bike if you want to come. And you're like, okay. And like you're already off on this new life with new ways. And as he's biking, you notice people saying hi to him. Thanks, Spirit. People saying hi to him. Things happening. You're like, who the hell is this guy? I mean, like, is he like a neighborhood celebrity? And it turns out, then you start to notice, no, it's just the way people do things here. People are nice. They're kind. They're polite. They think about other people. They don't just think about themselves. They're not self-serving people. And it doesn't mean people don't make mistakes. It doesn't mean you won't make mistakes. It just means that you're not in Kansas anymore, so to speak, okay? You're not, no shade. If you're like, I'm from Kansas, that's not true. You understand the reference, right? But, yeah, so, long story short, Porcupine Spirit represents a person who is going to come into your life, at least one person who will come into your life at this new timeline, who is going to exemplify for you the new behaviors of where you are. And eventually you're going to be super cute Peacock Spirit. Look at how Peacock Spirit's heart is open. It's like, wow, I can actually show myself. Oh my gosh, whoever this person is, like, they're into records, and like they took me to this vinyl shop, and I never knew I was so interested in this, but I'm loving it. And it's just more of you guys. It's more of you. We love it. All right. So underneath, so we already see Beaver Spirit, which is you guys, checking the lay of the land, kind of moving apprehensively through this new place as new things are happening. Your hard work is based on your ability to overcome your obstacles and surrender. You've been working on that. You guys know we've been working on that for like the last year. Definitely since last August at the very least, right? And I'm seeing that that's why you're here today. But also a major pillar of this, this tower, laying directly underneath Beaver Spirit, is Electric Eel Spirit. Super cute. Love this card. It's gorgeous. Electric Eel Spirit is saying, bring your ideas to life. Isn't that what Beaver Spirit is doing? Laying a solid foundation. So Spirit is saying dream. This is a 6 card, and so is this. Spirit is saying, please, please, please dream. Now you're in a whole new place. You've got new energies around you. What do you want? Build that. What do you want? Okay. All right. So, the next thing that I want to look at, give me one sec, are these. No, I don't know where I want to go yet. Hold on, guys. Because we've got the windows. All right, thank you. All right, so here's what I'm seeing right here on this side of the tower. We've got this card. Whenever I see this card, Divine Talents, this tells me stress, all right? Look at this person. This is my breakthrough card, personally. Whenever I see this, this shows me breakthrough. Either someone is in need of a breakthrough and they keep trying to hold on to something they shouldn't. It's like, dude, let it go. Because look at the struggle to play this flute. Let it go. This song isn't for you. Look, it's standing right on top of Groundhog Spirits. Let it go. But at the same time, this shows me it can also be that they're on the eve of having a breakthrough, and they keep engaging in activities that are serving to push out this beautiful energy that wants to come in. So which side are you? You could be both. This card shows me that some of you guys are still kind of, you've made it through here, but your mind is in such a state where you're still kind of like just a little bit confused. You're still playing that old song a bit, and I don't blame you, because look at underneath the deck. It's Dark Angel card. All right, some of you were messing with some people whose energies were very dark. So and you were a vibrational match to that. So you working on your own shadow energies, I'm seeing you drastically trying to work on it, has brought you to a place where you may still be trying to do things to, get the last vestiges of those energies out. Dark Angel card speaks of, it's kind of like a dark night of the soul, but not exactly straight up dark night of the soul. So a lot of you may have gone through the dark night of the soul already. However, at this time, or where you just were, it wasn't completely there. Okay, so it was easing up. Now, right underneath this card, which I love, is this paradigm shift. Isn't this what we're talking about? Timeline shifting, paradigm shifting, things shifting around you. Some of you, I'm telling you guys, if you're attracted to my channel, especially if you seek services with me, you are I'd say like 98.2% of you have spiritual service, some kind of message, some kind of something that you have to bring to the world. It's like a project, and so a lot of you already are aware of your skills, and sometimes you just need to have activations and blah blah blah. But so when I tell you things like timeline shifting, some of you are like, oh yeah, I know that, and some of you witness it in your daily life. Like, you'll see it. You'll wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, oh, okay, I've shifted. You'll touch a cup and you'll be like, oh, I just shifted. You're sensitive to that and you could feel it. And some of you aren't, and that's fine. It does not mean you're not shifting. And it does not mean that you don't have something to work on and that you're not capable of. It's just about sensitivities, right? But I'm seeing here this shift. And, you know, we kind of have to say thank you to those dark angels. Let's put it that way. I mean, it's a metaphor, guys. Don't be like, oh my God. Let's say thank you to those people, places, things, situations that have allowed us to get to this place where the stress was just too much, that it literally pushed us into a new paradigm because we wanted to get out of it. Now, the card right underneath there, I'm going to go ahead and pick up two of them because this is what's happening for a lot of you people. A lot of you are going through, you're coming into your higher selves, male and female, right? And a lot of you are connecting with soul tribe, soul family, people with whom you just have a kinship, you know? Whether or not you've fallen out of favor with them along the years, or you guys were fine, but then you shifted out of each other's orbit for whatever reason, then you shifted back in, right? These are, you know, so it doesn't matter. Some of you are now meeting these people for the first time in this incarnation, but you're just automatically going to take to them because it's soul tribe, soul family. And how beautiful is that on the other side when you guys were like, hey, let's try to meet up in a timeline, in timeline A. Let's do our best to heal our lives. This is all about heal our lives so that we can meet up in this timeline and get to work or enjoy each other's company. And here you are, okay? Now, that being said, this card here, God bless, says emotions are running high. I'm immediately drawn to the entire moon, but to me this looks like our world. The entire world is going through these shifts, but notice how some of these spaces are darker and some are lighter and then some are just absolutely going off and exploding. That shows, and some, the little pink pieces, some are already like in their final stage. Those are the loving parts of the planet, let's put it that way. They've already gotten to there. There are people on Earth already there, guys, right? Where's there? They're in their heart space. They're living the lives of their dreams. They're in their heart space. They're doing a great job. They're loving each other, loving themselves, no matter what their circumstances are where they live, right? They're still able to go about whatever it is that they're doing from a place of contentment and being in the heart space. Okay, it doesn't matter. Even if people around them are dying, they're still exemplifying what it means to live from the heart. Now, a lot of you, I feel, will be in these bursting places because these are people and collectives shifting, coming through the portals. That's you. I want to say elevating, graduating, appearing into this new timeline. And as I'm saying that, it's almost like I feel like this new timeline, thank you, Spirit, I'm so intrigued when they bring things like this over. This new timeline has guardians of the timeline. And some of you may know what this is and stuff. But these guardians of the timeline know when you shift in. Okay? So when you shift into the timeline, they know. And they can keep an eye on you. They can look out for you. They can just whatever. You're enveloped into this new timeline. And you are integrated in whatever ways you need to be. So you're not just like, where am I? Where am I? What is going on? And I'm scared. Right? It's not like that. But then there are others who are kind of like, they still need to awaken. They're not terrible people or anything. They're still going through lessons, see the lighter parts, but they haven't had that catalyst, that spark yet to push them into the new timeline. And then there are just darkened places along the planet where, you know, maybe they're not going to, you know, have that evolution this lifetime. You know, God bless, God, only God knows. Maybe some of them are putting forth negativity, just for whatever reason. Things exist and that's the way it is, right? But for whatever it's worth, if you're watching these videos, chances are you are in those exploding areas on Earth right now where that's your collective. You're going through this shift right now. Excuse me, let me shift into some water. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. They're so good. All right. All right, let's go over here to the top right of our... Oh, wait. Okay, my bad. Let's check the window here between letting go and bringing your ideas to life. Underneath, emotions are running high. We've got 3 beautiful cards. Not surprised. 10 of Wands. Putting down burdens. Okay? 5 of Swords. Whenever I see 5 of Swords, to me, it talks of empty victory and whatnot. But for me, it really talks about hard lessons. Lessons learned. Yeah, this is what it is for me. Sometimes when I see it in this deck, to me, it can also mean gossip. But that's not what's coming through here. And also... 2 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles speaks of needing to make a choice. Sometimes it could speak of indecision. But what I'm seeing is the words... Oh, I forgot what the words were. The word exactly. But knowingness. Something like that. And then I turned it over. I was like, 2 of Pentacles. Knowingness. This says that, listen... the decisions have been made. You know what needs to be done. You just know. Because look at you, already packed up. You've already been shifting. So look at that. That's where you are. This is your new home. At that higher elevation, right? And here's all the stuff that is deemed worthy to take from this last timeline that you were in. And to have taken from this last timeline that you're in. And here you are, arriving at your new home. It's like, that's my home. Yeah, go set up, boo. Right? You've got all these lessons that you've learned. Some of you may still be processing some of them, but you've done a lot of work to be able to shift here. Okay? They're also showing that this beautiful moth here is the same color as these wooden pillars that this person is carrying. And so it's almost like there's a sense of knowledge that comes with this. These are lessons learned, hard lessons learned, hard-won lessons. Some of them weren't too pretty. Some of them you weren't at your best, but you know what? It was wisdom. Here, we've got a decision already made, and I'm so happy to see that both of these seem like high-vibing decisions. No more like, should I stay with this guy who treats me like shit, or this girl who lies to me and gaslights me, or should I stay with this job where I'm just not happy and everyone gets promoted except me, or should I seek out my passion? It's not like that. It's like these are 2 good vibing decisions that you can finally make. Now you're coming into a place where I can finally make decisions like like a good adult. Like, oh, should I take this job at company A where, the pay package is great and blah blah blah, or should I take it at B where the pay package is also great but it's another part of the city, and it's like I'm seeing these as good choices. But if you feel that you don't know what's going on, or you don't know what you'd like to do, I just don't feel that that's true. I think your spirit and your soul know already what's to do. What you might be experiencing with respect to confusion, if any, is this: emotions are running high. Guys, it's crazy out there right now, okay? So just chill, relax. And in fact, the card at the bottom of the deck for this beautiful tarot deck is this. The Sun card. Oh, excuse me, the Star card. Oh, why did I say the Sun card? I don't know, but, Spirit doesn't mince words in my, I almost said lessons, in my lessons, my readings. So, Sun card is in here with the star. Amen. Oh, duh. They're like, aren't suns stars? I was like, yeah, you're right. A sun is a star. Okay, Spirit, you gotta put me on Front Street, make me look dumb. I'm just kidding. No, so they are acknowledging, however you want to look at this, right? It's all good. It's all gravy. A sun is a star, and a star is a sun. So here you are with the Star card. getting things conditioned, hoping, loving, being in a good space, just being there. And it's even though it's still a little dark out, right? It's literally still the sun. They're saying, and you will feel the warmth. Oh, so beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. They're so great. All right, let's go on to this side. Okay, so up here, remember over here we had being on this threshold. I mean, you're over the threshold, but you're still carrying some residue. You're, from that needing to have that breakthrough, needing to let things go, some of you. And then over here, I'm getting towards milk. I don't know why. But here, we are having the Merkaba Spiritual Protection card. And it is coming right above overcome any obstacle. So they're bringing through these two cards with this message. Almost verbatim. See? You weren't killed, were you? You're doing okay, right? You didn't die. You made it through. You thought you couldn't do it, and here you are. You thought you couldn't go through the divorce. You thought you couldn't go through this whole cheating scandal. You thought you couldn't go through being fired unceremoniously from your job. Like, whatever it is, you didn't think you can go through that illness. And they're saying, look, you're still here. And they're saying that's because you were divinely protected. And it was always the case. You were always super cutely in your Merkaba. And in fact, it's all been about being in your vehicle, being in a place where you're experiencing all these obstacles for the sake of bringing you into this new paradigm. Look at that. That's that new timeline that you're in now. And here you are, right? Okay, yes. They keep calling my name. Hold on, let me pause and see what's going on. Yes. No. They're asking me if I told you guys how I did it. Okay, no. I don't know how I did it. Okay, well, okay. Yeah, I would like to share more of my experiences. I don't really. I think I'm just more of a private person, but I love how other readers, my girl M, Intuition Tarot M, she's so good at talking about her real experiences. Whenever she's going through something, she talks about it, and it helps. And I don't know. All right, well, listen, I don't know. Following what they're saying, guys, even just yesterday, I was like, oh my God, I think I missed a boat. I'm not getting through this portal because I kept getting cards where I'm like right outside, right? The portal, not going through because I'm having trouble letting things go as well. Letting people go and things go. And now today, here it is. And actually, you guys may have noticed that I haven't done videos for like the last 2 days. Sometimes the reason why I don't do videos is because, well, to be honest, I'm at work. And you can't just pump out a video if you're tired, like, once you get home. It wouldn't serve anybody. But mostly it's because I have a lot going on cosmically as well, just like everybody else. And it's about waiting for that dust to settle. It's about waiting for the dust to clear and getting to a place where I feel that I am ready and in a space to bring through these messages. Messengers are pretty much like portals in many ways, right? And so I have to make sure that I'm being a good messenger. And so I'm so happy that this card came out today because I feel that I'm vibing with it and I feel better as I'm doing this reading. And so they're asking me to tell you how I did it, and I'm asking them to tell me how I did it because I don't know. Just kidding. If I were to look back, I would say I did it... did what? I made it through the portal very clumsily. But to be honest, for me, it's been a lot of cathartic, a lot of tears, like every day. I'm not gonna lie. I did hit some McDonald's. They do deliver here in Japan, so don't hate. I was not even eating McDonald's before I came to Japan, but then I was like, oh, they deliver. It's too good of a concept. Eating, talking to friends. Did I mention crying? Journaling, connecting with spirit, throwing cards for myself. Chatting with my friend Misty. So Misty, yeah, I talked to you guys about her. Misty does not have a YouTube channel yet. I'm trying to get her to, God bless. But she doesn't have a YouTube channel. Her Facebook page is called Magic in the Cosmos. Magic in the Cosmos, Misty. So I got a DNA activation from her maybe a month ago now, and that shifted a lot. That shifted a lot of things for me. But the thing about her, she's so great, she counsels. So what would happen is all of these energies would come in, and, you know, sometimes she'd have dreams and she'd retrieve codes because, you know, maybe it's her story to tell, but she has a sacred mission and she's very, very good at it. And let's just say we have to thank Misty and the souls like her who help with the timelines and help with codes and help with balancing the energies of the earth, and it's crazy. So with her assistance and M Intuition Tarot, the three of us have just been kind of helping each other through different spots, and they're both insanely gifted. So I wouldn't just randomly say, hey guys, check out these people, if I wouldn't, but I always endorse them because they're just that good. So to be honest, I have been able to make it to where I am through just some good old-fashioned grieving, like, I mean crying like every day since August, okay? And just grieving, allowing things to pass, and sadly, I'm so sorry, angels and guides, lashing out at my spirit team. I know, guys, I'm so ashamed, but they love me, and I love them, and they know when I start with all this, they go on break. I don't know. I don't know. They take turns with who should be in the room. I don't know. And so I guess that's how I've done it. I've also done it, it's because of helping you guys. You know, every time I do readings for you guys, things are gleaned for me as well. And so, oh, thank you. They're also saying grounding my energy as well. I've grounded my energy, so when I'm feeling really stressed and out there, I use, I say everything, may all excess energy be grounded into the earth for healing and transmutation, right? I also call back my own energy and return energies every day, at least one time a day, morning and night. And I'm a teacher, so, you know, people, when we work in the service industry in any way or work with people, it can really, you can come back depleted. And there's a reason why you call it depletion, because everybody wants a piece of you. They want to talk to you, they want to this, that, and they walk away with your energy, or you give your energy away, and vice versa. So what I do is I always say, and I will say after this reading as well, because I'm interacting with you guys in the present right now. I could hear you. So I will say, so thank you so much, and I'm going to cut cords, and I lovingly return all of the energy that does not belong to me to the light for healing, transmutation, and reintegration to its original source. So if your energy is still with me, I'll return it to you, but I like to return it cleaned and cleared. And then I will also call back. So I call back my own energy, and I ask that it be healed, transmuted, and then I ask my team to help me integrate it into myself. I do that when I wake up, God bless, throughout the day as needed. I do it before I go to bed. The reason why I do it when I wake up in the morning, or whenever after I fall asleep for whatever reason, is because your spirit travels, right? Your spirit travels. You think you're living on this planet all the time, but you're actually not. You're spending half of your day out somewhere else in the cosmos, right? And that's just how it is. So you may bring back energies with you, and also you're in a vulnerable state. Spirit is chiming in. You're in a vulnerable state when you're away from your vehicle. And so that's why they're saying it's also important to shield yourself throughout the day, as many times as you need, as many shields as you want. You can program your shield. For example, if you want your shield to be reflective, and it bounces back any negativity. If there's anyone that comes from a lower vibe, they can't see you, they see themselves, and they're off going somewhere else. Right? Whatever you want to program. It's very sweet. It's awesome. You guys are very powerful. You have the abilities. So I guess that's what helped. And I think what has really helped for me, to sum up basically my answer to their question, Oh, thank you. Is that I've asked for it. That's what they want me to say. I've asked for it. You know, I've asked for it. I said, please, God, help me to get to the path of my highest good. And I've allowed whatever's happened. And it's not easy. Because saying goodbye is sometimes the hardest thing, and not knowing why, and not being it. Once you shift timelines as well, like you're just no longer in that space with them anymore. You're still thinking about them, but you're gone. You're gone. They're not. You won't cross paths with them anymore. And from where we stand, sometimes it's like, oh, they're saying unless they make the mental shift as well. So, you know, that's what we love, when people can grow with us, but a lot of times they don't. And if they choose not to, once you shift timelines, you will not see them. That's how it is. And you may have this empty feeling, and you wonder about them. You want to see how they are, or you wonder if they think about you, and maybe they do, but for some reason there's just a connection just isn't there. All right? And sometimes I think that's the hard part. Now, but they're also saying a significant part of the progress that you make is also engaging. You can also be gauged by looking at how much you are welcoming the new life. So if you're constantly looking behind you, you're not grasping the opportunity, they say, to see what lies before you. And so imagine this horse who's come through here, and then they're still looking through that doorway. It's like, no, you're here. Look around the place. Call in the new stuff. Call it in. Right? Oh, and they're showing me this. They're showing me this, and I'm like, what do they want with this? Look at this guy. How cute. He's come through his little igloo portal. He's like, oh, where am I? And look at him. He stands here, and he starts calling it in. Aw, I'm seeing here, this is the Ancestors card. They're saying that what he's doing is calling in people from his past. But his last timeline. But here's the call, and I'm going to do this. Let's do it all together. Here is the call. Dear God, dear Creator Source Energy, thank you so much for bringing us to this place. Thank you to ourselves. Thank you to everybody for getting us to this place, to this Mecca that we have been trying to reach, the path of our highest good. Now, we know that there's a whole life here to live, but we honor those in the past timeline, in the other timeline. We honor them, and we shout to them, because there's always going to be a connection of love. That's all there is to it, no matter where you are in the universe, no matter blah, blah, blah. So that's always there, right? They might not be in your life because, the energy shift, but the love is there, and you can still, have that connection on some level. But you say, all of those from this other timeline who are ready to experience this shift come through. And that's all there is to it. And you ask that their angels and guides help them to make that shift. A lot of you guys might find that you lose contact with some people now because you're here. But then maybe in a few months, they pop back up and they're like, hey, oh my God. It's like, I was going through so much stress last few months. And you're like, why didn't you call me? They'll be like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just felt like I was going through it, and I guess I just didn't feel like you were there. I didn't want to bother you. You were probably off on a new life somewhere, and they don't realize it, but what is happening is that they registered that you left the timeline. Look at that. 6 and 2 is 8. 8 in the Tarot, 8 of Cups, is about walking away, right? And it's kind of like, I don't know. And then I would hear news about you, and then I'd see that you were doing so well, or sometimes I wouldn't even hear anything. People just didn't know what you were up to. And I guess everyone was just busy. I don't know. And I just wondered how that job worked out. And I was like, why am I not doing that? That's because they heard the call. And to them, it's like, why am I not living my life? And they saw your example, and they wanted to follow, and you called back. And it's like casting a net, right? And they took it because they were ready. And so, you know what I did is I just remembered you and how you were so good with stuff. They might even call you and be like, hey, I wanted to find out what's the company that you found your new job with. And then you lose contact, but they're doing their stuff. And then next thing you see, they're working in your field. You bump into each other at the bus stop, and you're like, hey, that's because your timelines have now synced up. You've done your healing work. They've done their healing work. And now you are back in congruence with each other. So for those of you who feel that you may have lost people for good because not for good, I mean, you understand what I'm saying, you can never lose someone for good. It's just you shifted into a timeline. Like, you're still not keeping up with homeboy from 6th grade, right? No, because you're living different lives. That's just how it is. But for those of you who feel like a little like sad or whatever, just know that you can reach back and say, not reach back, but call back and say, dear God, I asked it, if anyone's ready to come to this timeline to heal their lives and blah, 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 I will be here if they want to meet me here, God bless, and send them prayers. All right? Let me see this card. No. Okay, no, that doesn't want to come in. All right, so let's go ahead and... Ding. Yes, so let's take a look. Look at the card right on the side of Beaver Spirit. We love it. Have faith in your dreams. Now this card is, look how tranquil it feels. Have faith in your dreams. This card is saying not only to believe in the impossible or to believe that what it is that you want is possible, but it also is a nod to looking at how far you've come. Like, dude, look at what you've done. They're saying you have significant evidence that you can have your dreams made manifest. That's where we are today. And so once you start to have that kind of evidence at your behest, at your conscious recollection, it becomes easier to have faith in what is to come. I'm seeing a lot of you here. I'm getting a Roman Catholic energy, like monks. I'm saying monk. Why am I saying monk? Anyway. That's what it feels like to me. It doesn't have to be Roman Catholic, but I'm just feeling monks, right? Anyway, and then also some Roman Catholic energies. Whatever it is, they're coming through to say a lot of you in this new timeline have healed a lot of religious indifference, is what they're saying. So for some of you, you've come out with a stronger sense of spirituality, be it religious or not. Some of you have healed rifts between you and spirit and God because of religious dogma and how it's harmed you. So you've healed a lot of stuff. And they're saying, are they saying that? Yeah. Okay, yes. So anyway, yes, a lot of you have healed your relationship. Yes, there are. Okay. Healed your relationship with the Christ. But remember, this is not religious. Christ consciousness was around before maybe even this planet, it's just, anyway, you guys know I'll never be talking about religion unless I absolutely say it is. They're saying Christos, right? So bringing all of that energy, and you've healed that within yourself. So that's a beautiful thing. I'm feeling your energies, a lot of you feeling the energy is like placid, but not in a negative, like dull way. It's tranquil. Yeah, it's tranquil. To use Misty's word, it's like a lullaby. Now, you may not be feeling as tranquil, especially if you're still kind of going through this side of the process. But what it is that on some level, there is more congruence, less conflict. So the energy is there. Oh, I just said less conflict. I almost said 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands is all about conflict. Here it is in the reversed. Guys, don't trip, chocolate chip. 5 of Wands in the reverse means the conflict is over, that conflicting energy is no longer there. And that's what it is. That's what we were just talking about. Now, this card, I was like, because I always do, like, I choose the cards, but I can feel the energies before I look at it. And I was like, oh, whatever this card is, feels very cosmic. And I turned it over. I was like, oh, King of Wands. Can I get some of that? Okay, anyway. Guys, my bad. So King of Wands is popping up. He's like, hi, hello. So for a lot of you, what I'm seeing is it could be your energy, right? But it could obviously be some love energies. King of Wands is that king who, look, he's got some negative aspects too. He could be that player, but I'm not getting player energy. He's coming out here, have faith in your dreams. We're seeing this conflict energy subsiding. And don't, listen, guys, I am not telling you that this means that guy that you were dealing with or that girl you were dealing with before you crossed this portal is going to come join you, okay? Again, do not have any expectations about who you're going to meet in this timeline. Save yourself that trouble and let them decide at their soul level. Instead, you open yourself up for compatible energies, okay? This King of Wands is coming forth. He's like, remember, this is you right here. Hold on. You're in the 10 of Wands. Look at you carrying your stuff. Here's this King of Wands, male, female, gender non-conforming, doesn't matter, right? He's like, hey, you new here? You're like, oh, yes, you talking to me? He's like, I don't see anyone else standing there. You're like, oh my God, I'm totally new here and I know nothing and no one, can we get to know each other? The card that's right here, like literally the ones that come in, is the 9 of Pentacles. You know, this card is about single life, independent. If you're in a relationship, this still spells good stuff because that shows that you are not in a place of codependency, right? And look at that portal. Yeah, so whatever this is, whoever it is that this is signifying, whether it's love or not, I'm seeing conflict energy at a 0, right? No more of this BS, like, does he not? Like, look, we don't have time for it, all right? You, sir, ma'am, you need to kick rocks because, like, no, all right? See this energy? No more of this. 4 of Cups. Someone disinterested, someone trying to make up their mind about whether you're the one. Look at this. King of Pentacles. We all love King of Pentacles, right? Because King of Pentacles comes through, makes physical offers. But look at this king sitting on the sidelines. Should I? Should I not? Listen, sir, we don't have time for that. Okay? So thank you, but I'll see you through the timeline if that's where you want to be. If not, then have a nice life. I went to pick these cards up. Look. Boom. There it is, King of Swords. Guys, a lot of us, if you are part of my collective and a lot of other collectives out there I'm seeing in these other YouTube videos, you guys have been dealing with the King of Swords. Male, female, does not matter, gender non-conforming. But look, the King of Swords is that person who a lot of us have been trying to shake, the emotionally unavailable person, the liar, the cheater. Some of us have even been having magician energy. Is that in there? Let me do some shuffs. Get a little shuff. The King of Swords is not... Oopsies. Yep, there it is. There's the owl. God, you guys are too good. Jeez. Because I did a reading with Jason from Ray of Light Tarot, and he told me anytime you see owls, it was personal guidance for me. That's why personal readings are the best, right? Personal guidance. Anytime you see an owl, Jonelle, that is your guide's way of saying, let it go. Let that man go. Let that thing go, whatever it is. And look, I've been dealing with King of Swords energy, trying to let something go, surrender. And look, you guys saw the card just fell, and there's the owl. So a lot of you guys have been dealing with that. It's just how it is. Now, I'm also seeing this card here. Honeybee, reciprocity. What's that? Well, you're in a new timeline. You're going to know. Because a lot of you have been dealing with people who cannot or could not, because they're in the past, could not or would not give themselves an equal return to you. You know why? Because you were dealing with, not the highest of quality for you. They were not along the path of your highest timeline. And here you are at a higher timeline for yourself, and they're nowhere to be found. But guess who's here? Mr. Honeybee, male, female, gender non-conforming, right? With all the bees in the world. Look at that wreath, that garland on his head. He's okay with his femininity. This is balance. And look at your energy. She's like, excuse me, you're not coming in here. Mr. Hawk, if you think for 1 second that you can come back in, same colors, King of Swords. If you think you can give me a call and try to come back, I don't think so, right? That's just kind of where you need to be. That's where you are. That's what I'm seeing where you guys are. Now, listen, I'm not saying King of Swords can't make it, but if King of Swords does not come into King of Wands, like if he doesn't make that shift, then it's not him. What did I tell you guys before? Oh, first of all, look at this. Leadership. Ganesh is like, you have to be the one. God bless Lord Ganesh. You have to be the one to block these people from coming through. You've worked hard to get to where you are. lay open for somebody else who's going to come in and enjoy the shift that you've made, not to come and take from it or ask you to help them shift. And no, we don't have time for that. Listen, you had time months ago when you were trying to fool around with other stuff, okay? But listen, what have I been telling you guys? I was telling you that and they were saying it, okay? If this person, Monsieur King of Swords, is the one who is going to join you, this is the person, if for those of you dealing with a love relationship, this is the person who you have been being guided to release. Your exes, right? If this person is meant to join you in this new timeline, I guarantee you, if you're on this call, your litmus test is going to be July. By the end of July, if this person is not dealing with you, if they're not even in your lives, it's not going to be them, they're done. If they are not dealing with you as the King of Wands, in his integrity, in her integrity, it's not them. Some of you may have a choice along the way, but either way, you have to see who is with you by the end of July. That's the person who is going to be this new partner or this level of partner for you. If you choose not to get into anything with this new partner, that's fine. But it will be that person will serve as a very good model for the kind of partner you need to go for. Just because someone's a good person, good guy, good woman, good whatever, right, does not mean that you have to be passionately attracted to them. The stars have to align in all sorts of ways, but it is a good indication that you are on the right path towards getting what you want. Listen, guys, you have no more time, no more interest, no more energetic capability of dealing with bullshit. If someone wants to come around you, they don't know whether they want to tell you what they're doing tonight, move on. If they don't know whether they want to commit, move on. If they don't know whether you're worth them moving, move on, right? We don't care. And it's not in a negative way. It's just there's no more time for wishy-washy energy. Listen, boss, is the job for me or not? If you don't know whether it's me or the person in the next cubicle, then that's some bullshit. I have tracks to make. I plan to be a boss in the next 6 months. So either you have 6 months to make your decision, but either way, I'm walking out the door within the next 6 months. That's the kind of energy you're going to have. And I feel like it's one that you guys will have. Have faith in your dreams. It's going to get to the point as all of these energies come in and they settle and they integrate, because we're still integrating. As all of these energies come in, guys, I guarantee you that even if you're still like, yeah, but maybe by the time July comes around, you are not going to have the tolerance. It's not going to be the same. You may have tolerance now, but you won't have it then. I guarantee you. And so that's good, because when our tolerance changes, that's when the action is great, because that means we no longer have to work hard to do it. If you have a low tolerance for alcohol, guess what you're not going to be drinking? Alcohol. That's how it is. So you pray that your tolerance shifts, and all of these energies that are going along are tolerance shifting energies. They're integrating, and by the end of that integration, you're going to be gravy, okay? Anyway, guys, don't get me started, okay? Don't get me started, because I need to end this. All right, let's go ahead and draw one more card, and let me just see if that energy wants to come in, because you guys know, God bless, I try to get in there. Sometimes it's hard to get to the table to do these readings, but once I'm here, I'm in it. I'm in it to win it. All right, any last messages? Oops, oh, one fell out. Let's see if it feels right. Oh, it feels right. Oh, and the bottom of the... Oh my God, guys. I always take bottom of the deck. 10 of Pentacles. 4 of Wands. I heard 4 of Wisdom. Okay. Listen to this. 7 of Wands energy is all about being on guard. This is guarded energy. But look at this person's face. He's like, you shall not pass ah, right? But look at that. There's like a doorway there. He's like, hey, listen, no. You may be seeing me here because I just came back to get my stuff, but don't expect to get back in because we're done, right? Some of you may be going back to get stuff, still, having to come around the family, still having to do certain things, but it doesn't mean that like you're going to be tapping into that energy. They're saying defend what it is that you have built and what it is that you have worked for. And they're saying watch the shift happen. See, 1, 2. 2 of these rods are carrying flowers just like the one you're holding. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of the others are not. And so what's happening is that they're saying watch the shift occur for you. Over the next few months, you're going to be shifting and integrating, and you're not going to be the same person and have the same desires and the same tolerances as you even do now. So this is about you integrating to the new timeline. God bless, right? We know that also, what was it, on January, was it the 12th? I forgot what it was. Anyway, because I don't really, anyway. What was it? Was it the eclipse energy? Anyway, something that happens only like every 3 decades, basically. So whatever it is you're doing now is going to set you up for this new life for the next 3 decades. And so they're saying defend what it is that you work towards and use your knowledge, your wisdom, right, to now only attract. You're going to attract both for a little bit until you fully integrate energies and you're at that higher level. But now that you're in this space, you have better discernment, bat away the things that are no longer suiting you. We've got the 4 of Wands, which is like, oh my gosh, that is like union card. For twins, if that's your bag, that might be for you. If you're thinking about getting married, this is for you. Whatever, this just bodes well. It says firm foundation, emotional fulfillment, amazing. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles. Structure, solidity, firm foundation. These are like, oh my God, guys, I can't right now. What am I doing? Okay. So they're saying defend what it is that you've worked for. And this is your tower that you're building. Okay. So amen. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and end here. I need to drink a lot of water, play a little bit of my video game, The Sims, then gear up for another reading. Absolutely love you guys. Mwah. If you'd like a personal reading with me, you can find my link in the description box below. If you'd like to donate, thank you so much. Always welcome. That's also in the description box. And if you'd like to check out some of the new live one-on-one coaching sessions that I offer, obviously it's going to be video chat because I'm in Japan for right now. But check that out. Okay? Okay, guys. Bye. Mwah. Oh, and don't forget to like the video. Thank you. Bye.